Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Cult Comics Corner on Tarnished Bronze. And today we are looking at Maple Terrace from Noah Van Sciver, and this is issue one of a three-issue series. And I'm ashamed to say, actually, that this is my first Noah Van Sciver that I own. I've seen some of his cartoons online and so on before, but we're going to be going through a 2023-2024 series put out by Uncivilized Books. Now, as I said before, this is my first Noah, but he is the brother of Ethan Van Sciver, and so there's a lot of cartooning and a lot of comic booking in that family. And this is essentially a family story about growing up in the 1990s. And we can get that from him and his siblings all together there. And it's suggested that Bill Cosby will help them go to sleep by watching the Cosby Show or some of his comedy. So we really get a dating of the issues here. Noah's got a couple of problems. He's got this friendship that is kind of a little bit one-sided. And so he's playing with this kid and they've been friends all year, but it seems like his friend's toys are sort of invulnerable. And that's kind of evidenced here by the troll doll that's invulnerable to an alien from the Aliens film, which kind of seems pretty inappropriate to me. I think the alien acid really would wipe out a troll doll. And so, yeah, his new friend is somewhat entitled. So that's one of his problems. And the second problem is that he's really loving the wave of Image comics. And so Image is very big in the early 1990s and is still around today. But the industry, according to this blowhard here, is really exploding, and you can see that they've got all their comics bagged and boarded as one should in the early 90s, or as one should now, actually, just for storage. But here they're really in investments. And I have been lucky enough to visit I think it's Philadelphia with Fat Jack's Comic Crypt, and I have been there. It might be closed now, but it always did have a good selection of back issues. But anyway, the back issue today that they're so sort of excited about discussing is Spawn 5, which is Todd McFarlane's vehicle. And that is the issue that contains the Billy Kincaid serial killer story. So our hero, Noah, is struggling to get his hands on some of these cooler comics. So he goes to read what his dad picks up that day. And one of the best sort of lines in this is his dad says that Todd McFarlane is for boys, son, Barry Windsor Smith is for men. And that has got to be one of the greatest statements that anyone has sort of made in these autobiography comics. It really is fun. And his dad is a reader of Conan and Machine Man and Red Sonja and some of these more sort of Bronze Age comics, or indeed the comics that kind of like really kicked off the Bronze Age. His brother has all of the cool comics. So his brother has an issue of Spawn, and Ethan, oh sorry, Ethan, his brother has an issue of Spawn, and Noah here is running, and he gets so nervous when he reads it that he sort of crushes it. And then he's going to be in a lot of trouble from his brother for just destroying the latest copy of Spawn, which is not only an amazing thing to read, but also essential for that college fund that everyone was squirreling their comics away for in the 90s. And so he runs off to the forest to kind of bury the evidence. Meanwhile, Noah's sort of nemesis, Martinelli, the comics guru of the classroom there with all of his investments, they've been letting off fireworks. And so he's gotten in trouble with the police. And in an act of God, that shopping bag full of great issues has just been left behind there as he goes into the police car. So Martinelli has lost his comics. Ethan has found a replacement, and as you can see, the old man or God in the clouds is smiling down on young Noah. And there we have he's meeting Ethan, who is sort of like a bit of a godlike figure to him. He replaces the comic, and he's really kind of a lot more down to earth than what Noah thinks, and he's more than happy to let Noah read his comics as long as he lets him know. And so, what a fantastic issue. I really like how the thing that Noah is dreading is not that bad. You know, his brother isn't worried. He just wants him to let him know that he's borrowing his things. And this sort of issue is really, really grounded in that 90s culture. If you weren't around, you don't sort of understand. It was kind of a once in a lifetime thing where the speculation of comic books just went crazy. People buying a couple of every issue, one that would just be stored away, and the other one that would be the reading copy. And obviously, these are issues that are experiencing massive print runs because comics are just selling more at this point to fuel this market. And there's a lot of channels that get into the Valiant sort of implosion that was basically sort of fueled by this overprinting, and then the bottom goes out of the secondary markets. So I don't want to belabor that. Noah Van Sciver, fantastic cartooning. Uncivilized Books is a fantastic publisher. You can find them on the internet. And like, follow, subscribe if you enjoy this stuff. If you enjoy Cult Comics Corner on Tarnished Bronze, we will have more of that in the future too. So once again, thanks for joining us, and we will see you soon.